Hi friends, Ultra Mega Sloth here with another Hearthstone video just for you. Today I'm doing a little different video. I'm going to go over the top 10 cards from current standard expansions that either significantly improved, did not see much use, or did not see much use at all, that we're now seeing in decks since the release of Rise of Shadows. Excluding the Rise of Shadows expansion, of course, because we're talking about cards that existed before the release. So without further ado, let's get into it. At number 10, we have the Cathedral Gargoyle. Since the release of Witchwood, people have seen potential for this card, but ultimately Dragon Paladin just wasn't a thing. However, since the release of Rise of Shadows, Paladin has gotten 3 new Dragon Synergy cards. Dragon Paladin is now a viable deck, so therefore people are using the Cathedral Gargoyle now. At number 9, we have the Necro Mechanic. There were a few ways to make the Necro Mechanic work in certain decks, but the card ended up being too slow most of the time to be worth the combo. However, this card has new synergy, which can trigger its double death rattle effect with the new card 9 lives. Sometimes you can get 2 mechanical dragons, you can kill 2 minions with your spider mines. This has become a pretty good choice for a lot of mech hunters. And at number 8, we have the Seaphorium Bomber. While this card was not a bad option for Arena, this card just didn't have much synergy in any sort of bomb shuffled decks. However, since the dawn of Bomb Warrior, this card has started to see some play again. It's not in every Bomb Warrior deck, but you will often see this card. At number 7, Mark of the Loa. Mark of the Loa didn't really fit in anywhere in decks prior to Rise of Shadows, but with the introduction of the new powerful Token Druid deck, we're seeing a lot of synergy being able to put 2 3/2 minions on the board. It also performs really well with the new Keeper Stiladris card, as it is a choose one spell and adds both spell options to your hand. Coming in at number 6, we have Grim Rally. Grim Rally was used in some decks before, but it often wasn't needed as the Heal Zoo Warlock was much more efficient. But now that Warlock has more imp summoning tools to summon 1/1s, such as Rafam's Scheme, this card can make for some big plays as Warlock is going wider than ever before. My number 5 is Meteorologist. I can't recall if I ever saw anyone actually using this card prior to Rise of Shadows, and that's probably because Hand Mage wasn't much of a thing back then. However, since the synergy of Conjurer's Calling in Dragon Khadgar Mage, this sometimes makes an appearance because it can be a cheap way to do a large chunk of damage when you already have a big hand. And at number 4, we have the Augmented Ellic. We used to see this card primarily for Thief Rogues when casting Academic Espionage to get the double value for the shuffle effect, but that was about it. We now see this card quite often as it's a staple card in the popular Bomb Warrior deck to shuffle double the bombs into your deck, which can be absolutely devastating. Coming in at number 3, we have the Book of Specters. Now this is one of those cards that hardly saw play for a very long time, and the problem was that Mage is a spell-based class and it was often detrimental to try and draw 3 minions from a deck that likely had a lot of spells in it. Now that Dragon Khadgar Mage is a thing, you can draw Fire Tree Witch Doctors, which can discover a spell. You can draw Crowd Roasters, which can remove a large minion without casting a spell, all the while increasing your hand size so you can get that Mountain Giant out, or you can summon a large minion with an Astromancer. And at number 2, we have Dr.Boom Mad Genius. Now I know you're thinking, but Ultra, this card was already good before Rise of Shadows. And you're right, this card was good before Rise of Shadows, but now this card is absolutely insane. Before Rise of Shadows, each class had a respective Death Knight hero card. You had your Deathstalker Rexar, which could create some overpowered zombies, and you could create them every turn. So it was really tough to compete with that. You had Frostlich Jaina, who could summon infinite life-stealing water elementals from just killing a 1/1. You had the Blood Reaver Gul'dan, who could resurrect all his demons and then had a 3 damage lifesteal for the rest of the game. But now that all those cards are gone, Dr.Boom Mad Genius is by far the best hero card left in the game. Zul'jin costs more. Zul'jin can backfire, and his hero power is nowhere near as good as Dr.Boom Mad Genius. Hagatha costs more. She can hurt your own minions, and her hero power is only a passive. Not only is Dr.Boom Mad Genius's hero powers really good, but with his specific mech discover power, he has a whole new array of mechs that he can discover that are very, very good. You can discover the Omega Devastators, which can do 10 damage if you have 10 mana crystals to a minion, and then they can rush. You've got the Clockwork Goblins, which will shuffle another bomb into your opponent's deck. And you have the Boom Reavers, which will summon a copy of a minion in your deck and give it rush as well. So he's at a whole new level of value and has way more power, possibly than any other card in standard play right now. And finally, at number 1, we have Dr.Morrigan. This card was seen to have absolutely no value when it first came out. It's an 8 cost 5/5, horrible stats, has a decent death rattle, but just didn't really see any synergy. But it's now useful because of one deck, and that is Plot Twist Warlock. So Plot Twist Warlock, you play Fellord Betrug, and then you play Plot Twist, and it will shuffle all your cards from your hand into your deck and shuffle the same amount of cards back into your hand. Now when you do this, if you happen to draw Dr.Morrigan, it will summon a copy of Dr.Morrigan, and she will die at the end of the turn. So when you get that copy of Dr.Morrigan, Dr.Morrigan will replace herself with a minion from your deck. So that puts a minion on the board, puts Dr.Morrigan back in your deck. So the next time you plot twist, you can draw her again, you can get another free minion. So this has really great synergy with Fellord Betrug. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to catch me streaming, you can go to twitch.tv/ultramegasloth. And if you like this video, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button for more Hearthstone content. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.